Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge, etc. Jai Hind, your daily boost, Tithi Nakshatra and important anniversaries, spiritual and historical insight of 28th January 2025, Tuesday, Bengali date, 14 মাঘ 1431. As per Benimadov Sil Ponjika, today's Tithi is Krishna Chaturdashi and up to 1931 hours and after that Amavasya. Today's Nakshatra is Purvashara Nakshatra and up to 0901 hours and after that Uttarashara Nakshatra. Today is 28th day of the year. There are then 337 days left in 2025. Today is 4th Tuesday of 2025. Today is Data Privacy Day. Data Privacy Day, known in Europe as Data Protection Day, is an international event that occurs every year on 28th January. The purpose of Data Privacy Day is to raise awareness and promote privacy and data protection best practices. It is currently observed in the United States, Canada, Qatar, Nigeria, Israel, and 47 European countries. Data Privacy Day's educational initiative originally focused on raising awareness among businesses as well as users about the importance of protecting the privacy of their personal information online, particularly in the context of social networking. The educational focus has expanded over the years to include families, consumers, and businesses. In addition to its educational initiative, Data Privacy Day promotes events and activities that stimulate the development of technology tools that promote individual control over personally identifiable information, encourage compliance with privacy laws and regulations, and create dialogues among stakeholders interested in advancing data protection and privacy. The international celebration offers many opportunities for collaboration among governments, industry, academia, non-profits, privacy professionals, and educators. The Convention for the Protection of Individuals with regard to automatic processing of personal data was opened for signature by the Council of Europe on 28 January 1981. This convention is currently in the process of being updated in order to reflect new legal challenges caused by technological development. The Convention on Cybercrime is also protecting the integrity of data systems and thus of privacy in cyberspace. Privacy, including data protection, is also protected by Article 8 of the European Convention on Human Rights. The day was initiated by the Council of Europe to be first held in 2007 as the European Data Protection Day. 2 years later, on 26 January 2009, the United States House of Representatives passed House Resolution HR 3031 by a vote of 402-0 declaring 28 January National Data Privacy Day. On 28 January National Data Privacy Day. On 28 January 2009, the Senate passed Senate Resolution 25, also recognizing 28 January 2009 as National Data Privacy Day. The United States Senate also recognized Data Privacy Day in 2010 and 2011. Today is International Lego Day. International Lego Day is celebrated on January 28th. It is the day that the original Lego brick patent was filed in 1958 by Gottfried Christiansen. Today is National Blueberry Pancake Day. National Blueberry Pancake Day is celebrated on January 28th. It is a day to enjoy blueberry pancakes, flapjacks, or hotcakes. Today is National Kaju Day. National Kaju Day is celebrated on January 28th every year. It's a day when people can come together to play the kaju, share their love for the instrument, and have fun with music. Today is International Reducing CO2 Emissions Day. International Reducing CO2 Emissions Day is celebrated on January 28th every year. It's a day to raise awareness about the harmful effects of carbon dioxide emissions and to encourage people to take action to reduce them. Today is National Daisy Day. National Daisy Day is celebrated on January 28th every year. It is a day to celebrate the daisy flower and the feelings of love, warmth, and innocence it represents. Today is Rattlesnake Roundup Day. Rattlesnake Roundup Day is held annually on January 28th, and we are geared up to go into the wild and do some rattlesnake hunting. Today is Global Community Engagement Day. Global Community Engagement Day is celebrated on January 28th every year. It's a day to encourage people, businesses, and organizations to engage more with their communities. Today is National Gift of the Ladybug Day. National Gift of the Ladybug Day is celebrated on January 28th each year. It's a day to honor children and critical illnesses, raise awareness about childhood illnesses, and support the families of children facing medical challenges. Today is World Geoprize Cat Day. January 28th is World Geoprize Cat Day. They are native to Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Paraguay, and Uruguay. Geoprice cats are key in helping to control the small wild animal populations in the parts of South America where they are found. Today is National Pediatrician Day. National Pediatrician Day is celebrated on January 28th every year. It is a day to honor the doctors who treat children and adolescents. Today is Thank a Plugin Developer Day. Thank a Plugin Developer Day is celebrated annually on January 28th. This day is dedicated to expressing gratitude towards developers who create plugins that enhance the functionality of various software platforms, with the tradition largely stemming from the WordPress community. Today is Pop Art Day. Get ready to embrace bold colors and unique designs on Pop Art Day, celebrated every year on January 28th. This holiday was first established in 2004 by the American artist Bob Rizzo to honor the iconic art movement that emerged in the mid 1950s. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Lala Lajpat Rai, 28th January 1865 to 17th November 1928. Lala Lajpat Rai was an Indian revolutionary, politician, and author, popularly known as Punjab Kesari, Lion of Punjab. He was one of the three members of the Lal Bal Pal trio. He died of severe trauma injuries sustained in October 1928 during a baton charge by police in Lahore when he led a peaceful protest march against the All British Simon Commission. Today is birth anniversary of Field Marshal K.M. Kadiyappa, 28th January 1899 to 15th May 1993. Kodandera Madappa Kadiyappa was an Indian military officer and diplomat who was the Indian Commander-in-Chief (CNC) of the Indian Army. He led Indian forces on the Western Front during the Indo-Pakistani War of 1947. He was appointed Commander-in-Chief of the Indian Army in 1949. He is one of the two Indian Army officers who hold the five-star rank of Field Marshal, the other being Field Marshal Sam Maneksa. His distinguished military career spanned almost 3 decades. Born in Madikeri, Kodagu, Cariappa joined the British Indian Army shortly after the end of World War One and was commissioned as a temporary first lieutenant into the 2 by 80 Carnatic Infantry. He was transferred between multiple regiments early in his career before settling on 1 by 7 Rajputs, which became his permanent regiment. He was the first Indian military officer to attend the Staff College Quetta, the first Indian to command a battalion, and was also one of the first two Indians selected to undergo training at the Imperial Defence College in Cambrai. He served in various staff capacities at various unit and command headquarters and also at the General Headquarters, New Delhi, before taking over as the CNC of the Indian Army. Cariappa served as the commander of the Indian Army's Eastern and Western Commands. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Paul Crude 3rd December 1933 to 20th January 2021. Paul Joseph Crude was a Dutch meteorologist and atmospheric chemist. In 1995, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry alongside Mario Molina and Frank Serud Roland for their work on atmospheric chemistry and specifically for his efforts in studying the formation and decomposition of atmospheric ozone. In addition to studying the ozone layer and climate change, he popularized the term Anthropocene to describe a proposed new epoch in the Quaternary period when human actions have a drastic effect on the Earth. He was also among the first few scientists to introduce the idea of a nuclear winter to describe the potential climatic effects stemming from large-scale atmospheric pollution, including smoke from forest fires, industrial exhaust, and other sources like oil fires. He was a member of the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences and an elected foreign member of the Royal Society in the United Kingdom. Today is death anniversary of Miss Krista Codigan McAuliffe, 2nd September 1948 to 28 January 1986. Sharon Krista McAuliffe was an American teacher and astronaut from Concord, New Hampshire, who died on the Space Shuttle Challenger on mission STS-51L, where she was serving as a payload specialist. McAuliffe received her bachelor's degree in education and history from Framingham State College in 1970 and her master's degree in education, supervision and administration from Bowie State University in 1978. McAuliffe took a teaching position as a social studies teacher at Concord High School in New Hampshire in 1983. In 1985, McAuliffe was selected from more than 11,000 applicants to the NASA Teacher in Space project and was scheduled to become the first teacher to fly in space. As a member of mission STS-51L, she was planning to conduct experiments and teach two lessons from Challenger. On January 28, 1986, the shuttle broke apart 1 minute 13 seconds after launch, killing all on board. After her death, several schools were named in her honor, and McAuliffe was posthumously awarded the Congressional Space Medal of Honor in 2004. In 2024, a statue of McAuliffe was installed on the grounds of the New Hampshire state capitol. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Robert William Hawley, 28 January 1922 to 11 February 1993. Robert William Hawley was an American biochemist. He shared the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1968 with Hargobind Khurana and Marshall Warren Nirenberg for describing the structure of alanine transfer RNA, linking DNA, and protein synthesis. Hawley was born in Urbana, Illinois, and graduated from Urbana High School in 1938. He went on to study chemistry at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, graduating in 1942 and commencing his PhD studies in organic chemistry at Cornell University. During World War II, Hawley spent 2 years working under Professor Vincent du Vigneaud at Cornell University Medical College, where he was involved in the first chemical synthesis of penicillin. Hawley completed his PhD studies in 1947. Following his graduate studies, Hawley remained associated with Cornell. He became an assistant professor of organic chemistry in 1948 and was appointed as professor of biochemistry in 1962. He began his research on RNA after spending a year's sabbatical 1955 to 1956 studying with James F. Bonner at the California Institute of Technology. Hawley's research on RNA focused first on isolating transfer RNA, tRNA, and later on determining the sequence and structure of alanine tRNA, the molecule that incorporates the amino acid alanine into proteins. Holly's team of researchers determined the tRNA structure by using two ribonucleases to split the tRNA molecule into pieces. Each enzyme split the molecule at location points for specific nucleotides. By process of puzzling out the structure of the pieces split by the two different enzymes, then comparing the pieces from both enzyme splits, the team eventually determined the entire structure of the molecule. The group of researchers include Elizabeth Beach Keller, who developed the clover-leaf model that describes transfer RNA during the course of research. The structure was completed in 1964 and was a key discovery in explaining the synthesis of proteins from messenger RNA. It was also the first nucleotide sequence of a ribonucleic acid ever determined. Holly was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine in 1968 for this discovery. Hargreaves Khurana and Marshall W. Nirenberg were also awarded the prize that year for contributions to the understanding of protein synthesis. Using the Holly team's method, other scientists determined the structures of the remaining tRNAs. A few years later, the method was modified to help track the sequence of nucleotides in various bacterial, plant, and human viruses. In 1968, Holly became a resident fellow at the Salk Institute for Biological Studies in Jolla, California. According to the New York Times obituary, he was an avid outdoorsman and an amateur sculptor of bronze. Widow and died in 1996. Thank you very much for your patience. Request to like, share, and subscribe.